Right now, right here, in this very moment, God is calling you. Not tomorrow, not when things are perfect, but you have a purpose. Don't ever forget that. Everything you've gone through, every struggle, every heartbreak, every challenge, it was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you, to shape you into the person you're meant to be. What did God put you here for if not to build you? Right now, right here, in this very moment, God is calling you. Not tomorrow, not when things are perfect, but now. You have a purpose. Don't ever forget that. Everything you've gone through, every struggle, every heartbreak, every challenge, it was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you, to shape you into the person you're meant to be. I want you to be the best you can be. I want you to be you. You see, we often get lost in the idea that we have to wait for the perfect moment to step into our purpose, to walk into the life we are meant to lead. But I'm here to tell you that the time is now. You are exactly where you need to be in this very moment. You've been through the fire for a reason. Maybe you don't see it yet, but everything you've experienced is shaping you into someone who is going to impact the world in ways you can't even imagine. Maybe you're sitting there today feeling stuck. Maybe you're wondering if there's more to life than this routine, this struggle. You're asking yourself, why am I here? What's the point of all this? Well, I'm here to remind you, you are here for a reason. Your life has significance. Don't let the challenges, the doubts, or the noise of the world make you believe anything less. You are not an accident. You are not just passing through. God has a plan for you, and that plan is being revealed one step at a time. The thing is, faith is the foundation of everything. We talk about faith in God, but I need you to understand that faith in yourself is just as important. You were made in His image, with His power, with His love, and with His strength. But it's up to you to believe that. You have to believe that you are capable. You have to believe that the strength you've been given is enough. So often we want everything to be clear before we take the next step. We want to see the whole path laid out before us, but that's not how this works. God didn't create you to walk a clear, straight, perfectly lit path. No, He created you to walk by faith. He created you to trust in the process, even when you can't see what's ahead. Every challenge you face is not an obstacle, it's a stepping stone. You're not stuck. You are being prepared. If you're going through hard times right now, I want you to understand something. The struggle is real, but so is your power. Whatever you're facing, it's not bigger than you. It's not bigger than what God has already placed inside you. You were built for this. Every trial you've gone through has been a lesson in disguise. Every setback was an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient. And just because you haven't seen the breakthrough yet doesn't mean it's not coming. You don't need to have it all figured out. What you need to do is trust the process. Trust that the challenges you're facing are not permanent. They are temporary, and they are working for you, not against you. God is with you every step of the way, and He's never late. You might not see the result today, but the seed has been planted, and it will grow. Trust in the timing of your life. Trust that what is meant for you will come at the right time. Follow. Now hear me clearly. You are enough. Don't let anyone, including yourself, tell you otherwise. Stop doubting your worth. Stop questioning your value. God created you with all the potential you need to succeed. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to live up to someone else's standards. You are already enough because you were created in the image of the Almighty, and no one can take that away from you. So if you're feeling defeated, if you're feeling lost, if you're wondering if you're ever going to get to the next level, don't quit. Don't throw in the towel. Keep pushing. The breakthrough is closer than you think. You were made for greatness. You were made to overcome. You were made to fulfill a purpose greater than what you can see right now. I need you to stand tall. Look yourself in the mirror and remind yourself, I am enough. I am capable. I am walking by faith. I trust the process, and I know that God is with me every step of the way. You are more powerful than you realize. Your time is now. God is calling you, and He wants you to answer. Step into the life He has planned for you and watch how everything begins to fall into place. This is not just a speech, this is a declaration. You are walking into your destiny right now. The reality is, we all face moments in life where we feel uncertain, lost, or overwhelmed by the obstacles in front of us. It's easy to believe that we're not equipped to handle the challenges that come our way, or that we're somehow less deserving of the success and happiness we long for. But that couldn't be further from the truth. You are exactly where you need to be, and every hardship, every trial, and every setback is part of your divine preparation. When you're going through tough times, it's tempting to question everything. You might ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Why does life feel so heavy? Why am I struggling when I've been doing everything right? It's in those moments of doubt that God is saying, I've got you. Trust the process. Trust that I am with you, even when you can't see me. You see, faith isn't just about believing in God when everything is good. Faith is about trusting Him when everything seems to be falling apart. Faith is the ability to hold on to His promises, even when the world around you is shaking. It's easy to trust when everything is going well, but true faith is tested in the fire. It's tested when you feel like giving up. When you feel like the weight of the world is too much to bear, that's when faith becomes your foundation. That's when you begin to understand that God's timing is always perfect, and even though you might not see it right now, He is aligning everything in your life for a purpose. The road to greatness is never a straight line. There will be bumps, detours, and challenges along the way, but each one is a lesson in disguise. It's easy to look at someone who is successful and think they've had an easy journey. But trust me, the most successful people have faced the hardest battles. What separates them from the rest is not their talent or their luck. It's their resilience. It's their ability to keep going when everyone else would quit. Describe their resources. They can hold tough conversations and always turn to fortitude. It's their ability to rise above the circumstances and keep moving forward, even when they don't see the whole picture. That's why I want you to remember something important. Challenges are not obstacles. They are opportunities. They are the moments that test your strength, your faith, and your character. They are the moments that push you to grow, to become better, to evolve into the person you were always meant to be. Without challenges, there would be no growth. Without adversity, there would be no progress. It's in the struggle that we find our true power. It's in the fire that we are forged into the best version of ourselves. And I want you to know that you are enough. Too many people spend their lives trying to measure up to the expectations of others, seeking validation from the outside world, when the truth is that you don't need to prove anything to anyone but yourself. You are enough exactly as you are. Your worth is not determined by the opinions of others, your past mistakes, or your current situation. Your worth is determined by the fact that God created you, He breathed life into you, and He has a purpose for your life that is unique to you. When you begin to believe in your own worth, you stop seeking validation from others. You stop looking for approval because you realize that you've already been approved by the Creator of the universe. And that changes everything. When you know you are enough, you begin to walk in your purpose with confidence. You begin to trust yourself and your decisions. You stop doubting your ability to succeed because you know that you were created to win. And therefore, when you have the courage to get started, you stop doubting your ability to succeed. because you know that you were created to win. So if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, if you're feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, remember this: you are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you know. You've been through enough to know that you can handle whatever comes your way. And if you haven't seen the results yet, don't quit. Don't give up. The process is still working. God is still moving in your life. You just need to keep moving forward. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Even on the days when you don't feel like you're getting anywhere, remember that God is working behind the scenes. His plan for your life is unfolding exactly as it should. And one day, you'll look back at the journey and realize that every challenge, every setback, every moment of doubt was part of the beautiful story He was writing for you. And your part is the beautiful story He was writing for you. So, trust the process. Trust in yourself. Trust that God has equipped you with everything you need to succeed. And most importantly, never forget that you are enough. You are capable. You are worthy of all the blessings that are coming your way. Keep moving forward, because your breakthrough is closer than you think. There comes a moment in every person's life where they have to decide whether to keep pushing forward or to quit. The challenges may seem insurmountable, the obstacles too great, and the vision of success may feel so far out of reach that you question whether it's worth it. But this is the moment where your destiny is shaped. And this is the time when you decide if you're going to allow circumstances to define you, or if you're going to rise above them and become the person you were always meant to be. We've all been there. Those times when life knocks us down, when we feel alone, when the weight of our responsibilities and failures makes it hard to get out of bed in the morning. But I need you to understand something. This struggle is part of the process. You were never promised an easy life, but you were promised that you'd be equipped with everything you need to overcome it. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. What matters is how many times you get back up. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made. What matters is that you keep going, one step at a time, even when it feels like the whole world is against you. It's in those moments of uncertainty that we are reminded of the power of faith. Faith isn't just something you hold on to when things are easy. Faith is what gets you through the darkest times. It's what keeps you moving forward when you feel like you've reached the end of your rope. Faith is the belief that even when you can't see the way, there is a way. And it's not just about believing in God's plan. It's about believing in yourself, in the gifts and talents He's given you, and in the strength that resides deep within you. There is a power in perseverance that most people fail to realize. When life gets tough, the natural reaction is to want to give up. But it's those who push through, who refuse to quit when the going gets rough, who find themselves standing victorious on the other side. Let me tell you something. Your breakthrough is often just beyond the moment when you feel like quitting. When you push past the pain, when you push past the fear, and when you refuse to be defeated, that's when you start seeing the fruits of your labor. And this isn't a race. You don't have to get there overnight. Life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Sometimes it takes time, sometimes it requires patience, and sometimes it demands more strength than you thought you had. But here's the thing. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Even when it feels like you're stuck, like you're standing still, trust that you are still moving forward. That is why you are still moving forward. Step that you are still moving forward. And step that you are still moving forward. Trust that every challenge you face is making you stronger. Trust that every step you take is part of the grand plan that God has laid out for you. You may not always see the full picture, but know this: God's plan for you is bigger than anything you could ever imagine. Number 5, survive the journey of life, the mortal core of mankind. Too often we get caught up in the comparison game. We look at other people and think that their success came easily, or that they have something we don't. But I need you to stop comparing yourself to anyone. You are uniquely equipped for the path you are on. Your journey, your struggles, your triumphs, they are all meant to be yours and yours alone. You don't need to be anyone else. You don't need to live up to someone else's expectations. You are enough, exactly as you are. You may not be where you want to be just yet, and that's okay. It's all part of the journey. Every step, every setback, every hurdle is shaping you into the person you need to be. It's not about the destination. It's about the person you become along the way. Your success will not be defined by the things you accumulate or the positions you hold. It will be defined by the growth that happens within you, the way you handle adversity, and the person you evolve into through the process. It's time to stop doubting yourself. It's time to stop listening to the negativity, whether it's coming from the world or from within. You are capable of so much more than you realize. You've already proven that. Every challenge you've overcome, every obstacle you've faced, it was all preparing you for this moment. God has been building you up, even when you didn't see it, even when you didn't feel it. And now is the time to rise. Now is the time to believe in your ability to push through and to trust that He has already gone ahead of you, preparing the way. Keep your head high and your faith even higher. Your time is coming. Stay in the fight. Don't give up. You are more than capable of achieving everything you've set your heart on. Keep moving forward. I want to speak directly to you right now. I want you to understand something that could change the course of your life. You are more than what you see in the mirror. You are more than the mistakes you've made, more than the failures you've experienced, and more than the labels that society may try to place on you. You are a creation of greatness, a unique and powerful force that was put on this earth with a specific purpose, and it is time for you to step into that purpose. Too often we let the world define who we are. We look at the opinions of others, the judgments of society, or even our past, and we allow those things to shape how we see ourselves. But here's the truth. You don't need anyone else's approval to be great. You don't need anyone's permission to step into the life you were meant to lead. Your worth is not determined by what others think of you or how they perceive your abilities. Your worth is determined by the fact that you are a child of God, and that alone makes you enough. End of chapter 3, recording by Dennis Sayers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Right now, wherever you are in life, I want you to believe this: you are enough. That's right, you don't need to change anything about yourself to prove your worth. You were made with a purpose, with talents, gifts, and a calling that no one else can fulfill. Every challenge you've faced has been part of your preparation. Every single thing that has come your way, whether it seemed good or bad, has been molding you into the person you need to be in order to accomplish your purpose. But you may not see it in the moment, but everything is happening for a reason, and you are being shaped for greatness. When you look around and see others succeeding, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. You might think, why not me? What do they have that I don't? But I need you to stop right there. The only person you need to compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. You are on your own journey, and your progress may look different from anyone else's, but it is no less valuable. Every step you take toward your goals is significant, no matter how small it may seem. It's not about rushing to the finish line. It's about trusting that you are exactly where you need to be and continuing to move forward, step by step. One of the hardest parts of life is understanding that the path to your destiny is not always going to be clear. You won't always know what's coming next, and the road may not always look easy. But I need you to understand that the process is just as important as the destination. It is in the waiting, the struggle, and the uncertainty that you build the character, strength, and resilience you need to succeed. End of chapter 3. Recovery process, resilience, and resilience. It's easy to want to skip past the hard parts, to wish things were different. But I promise you, without those moments, you wouldn't become the person capable of fulfilling your destiny. There's no shame in the struggles you face. In fact, the struggle is a sign that you are being stretched, that you are growing, that you are becoming the person you are meant to be. So many times people get discouraged when things don't go according to plan. But what if I told you that the struggle is the secret to your success? What if I told you that every setback is a setup for a bigger comeback? Repetition is the setup for a bigger comeback. What if I told you that you are not defined by your mistakes, but by how you rise after every fall? If you want life and business to return to the status quo, then you resign. I know it's easy to get lost in the noise of the world. With so many distractions, it's easy to lose sight of who you are and what you're capable of. But I want you to remember this: your journey is yours to own. Don't let anyone's expectations or opinions derail you. You were born to stand out, not to blend in. You were born to shine, not to shrink back. God has placed a calling on your life, and it's time for you to step up and walk in it. But in order to do that, you need to trust the process. Trust that even when things are difficult, even when you don't see the outcome yet, God is working behind the scenes. Trust that every moment of doubt, every tear, every challenge is part of your preparation. You are being prepared for something greater than you can imagine. Your breakthrough is coming, but it requires you to keep going. It requires you to trust that you are exactly where you need to be. So don't quit now. Don't throw in the towel when things get tough. You are stronger than you think. You have everything you need within you to overcome whatever stands in your way. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting. Keep believing. The best is yet to come. I want you to take a moment and think about where you are right now. Where is your mind? What are you focusing on? The truth is, too many of us spend our days wrapped up in worry and fear about things we can't control. We spend our time thinking about what we don't have or what we haven't accomplished yet. We allow the weight of the world to distract us from the reality that we are already equipped with everything we need to succeed. Most creative people create a post-war immature self and live the life of the so-called retirement. Every single one of us has a purpose, a unique calling that only we can fulfill. But so many people go through life never truly realizing that. They let fear, doubt, and insecurities hold them back from stepping into their true potential. The truth is, you were created for greatness. Not just greatness in the future, but right now, in the midst of everything you're going through. Every challenge, every trial, every hardship is a part of the process. Things like greatness. Every trial, every hardship is a part of the process. It's a part of God's plan to build you up and shape you into the person you are destined to be. Think about it for a moment. If you didn't go through the struggles you faced, if you didn't experience the heartache, the failures, or the setbacks, you wouldn't be as strong as you are today. You wouldn't have the resilience, the character, or the determination that you have now. Every setback is not a sign that you're not meant to succeed. It's a sign that you're on the right path. You are being refined. Metal, so refined. You are being molded into someone who will not only rise above, but will lift others as well. But here's the key. You have to trust the process. Trust that everything happening in your life, even the things that don't make sense right now, are part of the journey. Life is not meant to be easy. If everything was handed to you on a silver platter, you wouldn't appreciate it. You wouldn't grow. You wouldn't learn. The hard times teach you lessons that the good times never could. You have to understand that everything you've been through, everything you are going through, is part of your training ground. You're being prepared for something greater. There will be days when you feel like quitting. There will be days when you feel like you're not getting anywhere. But I want you to remember that the road to success is not linear. It is full of twists and turns, of peaks and valleys. And sometimes you'll feel like you've taken 2 steps forward only to be knocked back by 1 step. But don't get discouraged. Keep moving forward. Every step you take, even if it's a small one, is progress. But every time you get up after falling, you are growing stronger, wiser, and more capable. Don't stop just because you can't see the finish line. Keep your eyes on the prize and keep moving forward. The next time you lose your appetite, remember that the next time you lapse, you will grow stronger. Take a swing at failure, then again. You have to stop doubting yourself. Too often, we talk ourselves out of greatness. We convince ourselves that we're not good enough, that we don't deserve the success, love, or happiness we want. But here's the truth. You are more than enough. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to earn anyone's approval. God has already called you. He has already chosen you. And you are exactly who you need to be in this moment. The only thing holding you back is the belief that you aren't capable. And I'm here to tell you that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. You have everything inside of you to rise to the occasion, to overcome any obstacle, and to fulfill your purpose. Marcus Aurelius. But it starts with belief. It starts with believing in yourself. You have to know deep down that you are worthy of everything you desire. You are worthy of love, success, and all the blessings God has in store for you. Stop listening to the voices that tell you otherwise, whether it's the voice inside your head or the voices of others. God has already equipped you with everything you need. Now it's time to trust that He is leading you exactly where you need to go. You are on the right path. You are not defined by your past. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are not defined by your failures. You are defined by the strength you have to rise above, to keep going when things get tough, to trust that the process is working, even when you don't see the results. Your future is bright, and your time is now. Keep going, keep believing, keep trusting the journey, and know that God has a purpose for your life that no one can take away. The day will come when you are ready to look up. So don't let fear or doubt stop you from stepping into the greatness that awaits you. You've been through the fire, but now you are coming out as pure gold. Keep walking and trust that everything you've been through has led you to this moment. Your time is coming. Keep moving forward with faith, with purpose, and with confidence. You are more than capable of achieving everything you've dreamed of, and you will get there, one step at a time. Moving forward, always spiritually. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Your destiny is waiting for you.